Son of a son. Why are you not connected? Ooh. He's learning. Hey. Nice.
I just saved the stream. Awesome. It's learning. Anyways, yeah. It's nice that there's room, but also we moved It's your voice. It is a Sunday. It is March 23rd. We're pretty damn close to finishing the month. That's impressive in its own right. Demo. Man, it's crazy to think how that fast that goes, but hey. So for today, I figure we just slow down a bit. Say, hola, me llamo soy milk. And we go from there. So, strap in, have fun, relax. Thanks for being cool. Yeah, it's news of the week. Yeah, ikuzo. This is gonna be a fun one because we're just gonna go for funsies. And I don't expect these to go well, but I expect them to go. Baby seems to change, but people don't. And I'll always be waiting in the back room. I'm hurrying for overcompensate with headlights, flash, flash, flash. Photography, don't pretend you haven't forget about me. Don't pretend you haven't forget about me. But you'd rather be a widow. Within a divorcee, that was looking back to the magazine. Widow or a divorcee, don't pretend, don't pretend. Fight that you be a prison, but these are just conjugal visits. People will dissect this till there's nothing, anything anymore. Don't pretend you haven't forget about me. Don't pretend you haven't forget about me. Would you rather be a widow than a divorcee? Stop in a magazine. Widow than a divorcee. Don't pretend, don't pretend. In the dark, with smiles on our faces, we're trapped and well concealed in secret places. While we do it in the dark, with smiles on our faces, we're trapped and well concealed in secret places. We don't fight fair. Fight fair. We do it in the dark, with smiles on our faces. We're trapped and we're concealed in secret places. Whoa, we do it in the dark, with smiles on our faces. We're trapped and we're concealed in secret places. We don't fight fair, with smiles on our faces. We're trapped and well concealed in secret places. We don't fight fair. I'ma forget about me. We don't fight fair. Forget about me. We don't fight fair. I think it was that. Anyways, that happened. Hey, that went better than I thought. But wait, there's more. Yeah. Although I really, really want to play the next one that Tube is suggesting we go. Because I think this one's going to be fun. Also, this one's kind of weird too. I don't expect it to be interesting, but it's time. Low-key, this guy's kind of not cool, but it's time to more about. Go easy first. Hello. Remember the moment I tried to forget. I lost myself, but better not say. Now I'm closer to the end. It was 1,001 and 1,000,002. And time to go down and I'm taking you, and it's closer to the end. I'm not saying I'm sorry. One day maybe we'll meet again. I'm not saying I'm sorry. One day maybe we'll meet again. Nice. Can you remember the time when the truth ran free? From the birth of a song and the death of a dream. Now I'm closer to the end. This never-ending story, paid for pride and fame, are all fall short of glory. I'm saying I'm sorry. One day maybe we'll meet again. Not saying I'm sorry. One day maybe we'll meet again. No, 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 I will never forget. No, no, I will never forget. No, no, I will live my life. No, 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 I will never forget. No, no, I will never regret. No, no, I will live my life. Saying I'm sorry. One day maybe we'll meet again. And I'm not saying I'm sorry. One maybe we'll meet again. Oh, closer to the head, closer to the head. No, 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 closer to the head, closer to the end. No, no, no. Closer to the end. Yosh. We morbed. That was pretty cool. Not bad. But yeah, man. Okay, let's let Event Info do the Event Info things. Awesome, well, that is Sundays. That's what we do on a Sunday morning with any possible inclination. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Event Sevenfold, you can have your day into what will be awesome, interesting information that we take in, we process, we analyze, and we appreciate. Because it's always something to absorb and be interested, concerned, and or pleased. So, with all that being in mind, thanks for hanging out. Boys gonna join us in a quick hour or so, and for now, we jump in with the news. Oh. Very cool. Alright. With that, we'll let Event Sound do their thing. We're out here, we're cool, and we're jumping into the news of the week. Ookami to Ikuzo. Yeah, I fucking love us. I love Event Sound. One day we're gonna get them in there. I promise. It's gonna get happen. First, Assassin's Creed Shadows hits 2 million players 2 days after release, Ubisoft says. It's now surpassed Origins and Odyssey's launch. Cuts deep. This is by Wesley and Paul. Wow. Ubisoft has held another Assassin's Creed Shadows player milestone, but has yet to confirm a sales figure for the game. Social media post, Ubisoft says Shadows has seen 2 million players going to sale since March 20th, up from the first million on day 1. That's enough to surpass the launches of both Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, Ubisoft added. Quote, thank you for joining the journey in feudal Nippon. It's an impressive start for Assassin's Creed Shadows, but it's worth bearing in mind that Ubisoft has yet to announce a sales figure for the game. Still, we do know it's the top-selling game on Steam, where Ubisoft recently returned after years of PC launch and exclusivity on Xbox Game Store. At the time of the article's publication, Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Shadows was 6,000 approximately concurrent players on Steam, enough to break into the top 30 most played games on Valve's platform. That peak is expected to rise to continue into the game's opening weekend. For comparison, Origins all-time Steam peak was at 41. Damn, that's like quick math, 17-ish, give or take, over 7 years ago. And Odyssey was at 62. Oh, 6. Nice. Seems likely Shadows will become most played Assassin's Creed game on Steam later this weekend. Interesting. BioWare single-player Dragon Age of Veilguard launched on Steam on Thursday and saw a peak of 89. Wow, players on Valve's platform. Okay, take notes. The true concurrent peak of Shadows will of course be much higher, given it launched on PS5, Series X, and S. Also, neither Sony nor Microsoft make player numbers public. Hey, on Valve alone. Interesting. There's enormous pressure on Assassin's Creed Shadows to do well for Ubisoft globally after many delays on the series' sales failure of last year's Star Wars Outlaws. Indeed, Ubisoft suffered a number of high-profile flops, layoff studios, closures, and game cancellations. In the run-up to Assassin's Creed Shadows release, things got so bad. GameMount family shareholder reportedly exploring talks with Chinese-made corp Tencent and other investors on a buyout deal that would let them preserve control. Yeesh. Yeah, but I know. Shadows has also endured a number of controversies. In Japan. This week, IGN confirmed that Ubisoft had released a one-day patch for Shadows and made a number of important changes in response to concern of some Japanese politicians, about in-game temples and shrines. In a remarkable exchange, Japanese politician and member of House of Councilors Japan's Hiroyuki Kada raised the issue of Assassin's Creed Shadows in an official government meeting, and Shigeru Ishiba, the Prime Minister of Japan, responded. Look at these guys go. Shadows and A ranks. That's pretty good, actually. I do like Brotherhood a lot. On Steam, at least, Assassin's Creed Shadows is going very well with players. It has a very positive user review, with 81% over 6,000 user reviews marked as positive. IGM Shadows review returned an 8 out of 10. We said, by sharpening the edge of its existing systems, Assassin's Creed Shadows creates one of the best versions of the open world style it's been honing for the last decade. Adventuring across feudal Japan. Check out the comprehensive Assassin's Creed guide. Good job, Ubisoft. Yeah, man. So that's what we got. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm not gonna say it's bad. All we know right now is that something like what should we call it? Dragon Age Veilguard sold 89 at the very least. That's what we know. A game that did not get as much flowers as one would have imagined from BioWare releasing a new title. But even then, enough for players to go, okay, we're going to buy on Steam. PC players, at least. So, we're still in an interesting place where we kind of need to know where we stand with these developers, what they're looking for specifically sell-wise for their games. Actually, I think we've already heard what they wanted, bigger numbers. But because people are out there buying this, right? Is it enough that they wanted? Most likely not. But there is something like Dragon Age the Veilguard, something that I have absolutely no cares about in the moment. It hit about 90,000 players on just the PC Valve platform. So what does that mean for you guys? Like, are you guys okay as a developer? Are you guys proud of it? Are you guys okay with that? Are you guys selling? What are the reviews like, and what does that mean for your next endeavor? Real talk, what does that mean for your next endeavor in terms of what can we expect or hope from your investors when they see numbers like this? Because, again, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because those are fair numbers. But if we're looking to sell something astronomical like Assassin's Creed, quote unquote, Odyssey is still hitting 62. They didn't say anything about the latest ones, but that's a pretty big number to jump. It's quick math. Let's go. 27,000 more, 27,300 more to get to whatever point this point right here. So that's, I don't know, man. I personally feel like Assassin's Creed can blow through this. I know I'm a very biased person when it comes to Assassin's Creed, but again, the question becomes, what next? Is that good enough for these publishers, or can we actually all take a second to breathe and just be like, yo, man, that was kind of rocky, but can we regroup, reanalyze, and talk to each other and make sure that we can keep on releasing this type of products, or this at least type of investment or slash interest and pride in your work? That's what I'm hoping for, especially with something like this, because spoilers, I'm liking Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's a playthrough that we've been going through, 9 full hours. Go ahead and check that out. Good stuff. But we've been going through it, and it definitely feels like it's the first open world AC Creed that feels accomplishable. And I'm not sure if that's because of the settings we put were easier, or if they made the parameters easier, or if just traveling around Nippon is easier, but it works. The battle system I hope for a bit more, but again, this is coming from the guy who's just running around slashing with a sword and the assassinating with the Tontos. So, I mean, I'm trying to play with the game and play with the system and like enjoy the rules that have been placed, but sometimes it just goes way too off the mark. All right, we're going to country. I'm into it. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out. But man, I think it has its stuff, man. I think this could easily hit like 100, and if Dragon Age the Velguard can hit 90, I can easily grant Shadows 10 more. It's just for the simple fact that people fucking love Japan, so there's interest. Just don't take the wrong message and freaking cash out or whatever. Although I could really see Naoi getting like a trilogy, which would be kind of cool. So hey, who else has a trilogy out there? That's right, 3 movies, baby. Shadow the Hedgehog. Whoa, the entire Sonic and DC Comics crossover was worth it for this Bahina. This is by Kenneth Shepard over at Kotaku. Shepard. Shadow and Batman, trauma bonding, and it's beautiful. After months of teases, we finally have the first issue of Sonic the Hedgehog X DC Comics crossover. The limited series of comics has Sonic and friends teaming up with members of Justice League, each superhero pairing off with one of Sega's anthropomorphic animals. Sonic naturally ends up racing alongside the Flash. Tails pushes his tech skills test in tandem with Cyborg, and that's actually really cool, by the way. And Shadow has a brood off with Batman. Bruce Wayne and the Ultimate Life Form have more in common beyond their angsty demeanor, of course, both being defined by traumatic loss. When the crossover was announced, fans wondered if Batman and Shadow might bond over grief, and just one issue in the comic has delivered. Sonic fans would know that Shadow's villain origin story is the death of Maria Robotnik, a young girl who was created to help save from a terminal illness. However, any chance of that was taken away by when the government shut down the project and killed her in the process. Batman has experienced a similar loss. After watching his parents die as a child spurred his whole superhero deal. The crossover series has Sonic and Justice League teaming up to defeat the famous DC villain Darkseid, and initially Shadow is uninterested in getting involved. As he begins to leave, Batman tells Superman that he'll handle the dark. Brooding Hedgehog immediately clocks his whole deal. What? Batman asks Shadow, quote, "Who was it?" Wait, who was it? That takes Shadow off guard. And then the world's greatest detective delivers the real gut punch and adds, "The one you couldn't save. Protect. The one you watched die in front of you." Given their shared trauma, it makes sense that Bruce could sense Shadow carry the same pain. The Cape Crusader manages to bring Shadow around to the cause, reminding him that they honored those they've lost by protecting the world they loved in life. Wow. Cute. Fans are losing over the interaction. Sometimes crossover events can feel vapid. More like you're just slamming toys together that didn't come in the same box. We're only one issue in the Sonic's DC Comics and already digging beyond superficial similarities of its heroes, which bodies well for the rest of its comics. Sega and DC have stated the collaboration will expand beyond the comics and into merchandise well into 2026. Merchandise, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. And there you go. That's it right there. You better be worth the trouble. Okay, cool. Yeah, cute. So fucking edgy. I love it. Nice. Yeah, there you go. So we've talked about it for years, and it's officially here. I did not pick up the issue. I need to go find the issue. I haven't been to a comic book store in a while. Print is dying. If you want something, buy it. If you want something to last forever, buy it. Also, look at this guy. Telling me we can cosplay as Batman Shadow now, and it's canon. Let's fucking go. But first, Chainsaw Man, the cosplay boy. Chainsaw Man, the movie, Rizai Arc anime announces September 19 debut. Stage event at Anime Japan 2025 on Sunday announced that September 19th opening for Chainsaw Man, the movie Rizai Arc. The film based on the Rize arc of Tatsuki Fujimoto's Chainsaw Man manga. The film staff also revealed the visual for the character Bomb, who will appear in the movie. That's interesting. Rina Ueda plays Rize in the film. This character, Rize. Mappa describes this film's story. Denji became a Chainsaw Man boy with Devil's Heart and is now part of the Special Division Force Devil's Hunters. After a date with Makima, the woman of his dreams, Denji takes shelter from the rain. There he meets Rize, a girl who works in a cafe. Wow. Okay. The film staff includes these people. And television anime series performed on TV Tokyo and 5 other affiliated channels, as well as Amazon Prime Video October 22nd. Crunchyroll streaming on anime over 200 countries and territories around the world. Crunchyroll read the story. I'm pretty sure I read this 25 times at this point. But hey, look at that. We got an anime in Japan, right? On September 19th. So if that's happening then we can maybe expect the anime in English or Eigo maybe in October. Chainsaw Man October, man. It's gonna be crazy. Hell yeah. Let's go. But yeah, I've heard about this. Chainsaw Man continues to be the interesting. There's something interesting about mangas recently that like now that everybody is on the internet and like the Bluebird and BlueSkies and all that, when these, let's call it pop culture manga comes out, that really like defines stuff, right? It gets passed around and it really becomes like a like an event. I'm specifically right now at this moment I'm thinking about My Dress Up Darling and how they just finished the series. And people on Twitter are just like, whoa, it's over. Oh, no. And like, you know, posting their final hurrahs. And like, that's an event. So when Chainsaw Man does its little things and you get new characters and you hear the story plots, I hear the plots of the story, but I try not to spoil myself too much. So I've seen this girl before. And then she doesn't show up anymore. So take that as however you will. My brain already starts moving around. She apparently is a dangerous woman because it's La Bomba. So we'll figure that one out. But hey, I'm excited, curious, and I think it might actually live up to the hype. Yeah, Chainsaw Man is one of those things that like blows expectations because I feel it takes inspiration from American culture and American movie pop art essentials. So that really brings its like interaction value, culture value, like wider. And I think that's specifically why a lot of us Americans resonated with it. Specifically with that banger of an anime opening that is all references to movies. Fucking good stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So hey, I'm looking forward to it. You're telling me that the Chainsaw Man himself gets his movie? That's what I'm talking about. Give me the animation because Studio Mappa out there finishing that Attack on Titan, which is a good movie. Looking forward to it. First, looking forward to EA offering players more money to appear in College Football 26. Wow. Last year, players received $600 and a free copy of College Football 25. Nice. This is by Zach Swain. College football players who agreed to appear in the upcoming EA College Football 26 reported more than the double of the EA paid players last year. And they will also get a free copy of upcoming Sports Sim 2. Hell yeah. Last year, EA published College Football 25, the first college football video game since 2013's NCAA Football 14. That was the last franchise of that franchise due to multiple legal issues facing the NCAA and EA over including the likeness of college athletes. In 2021, after everything was figured out, the NCAA began allowing players to make money off their stardom and name. This let EA return to making college football games, and in 2024, fans finally got a new one. College football was a massive hit for EA, eventually becoming one of the best-selling sports games in history in the last 6 months. Likely thanks to that success, EA is now seemingly offering players more money to appear in the follow-up, set to arrive later this year. As reported by The Athletic, EA sent emails to players on Tuesday that announced an increase in the name, image, and likeness (NIL) payments. Players will now receive a $1,500 if they agree to allow their likenesses to be used in EA College Football 26. It is more than double the $600 offered last year. An EA Sports rep told the outlet that the increase in payments was to make sure athletes feel recognized for the success of the game. Quote, players will also still get a free copy of the game too. Quote, from the very beginning, we've designed our NIL program to be accessible, direct, voluntary, and equitable for all, offering the same base level compensation to every FPS athlete that opts into using one team platform and Compass NIL app. The EA Sports executive told The Athletic. Quote, this approach empowers each athlete to make their own decision. College sports are growing and changing, and our focus at EA Sports is to continue to put athletes first as we bring them in the game with College Football 26 and beyond. End quote. It's believed that around 11,000 players will allow the likeness to and names to be used in College Football 26, which is roughly the same as last year. Wow. And that's about it. So cool. Obviously, good thing the guys are getting paid more. That's obviously a good thing. What gets me is that they're specifically applying for more of a likeness. So that's interesting in my book because, I mean, it's on them. They'll have to read the contract, obviously. But I get ideas that if name, image, and likenesses payments. Oh, okay. Sorry, I read that wrong. Oh, okay, I read that wrong. I thought but they still need to read the contract anyways. I thought they're announcing that they're increasing like name, image, and likenesses, like ownership. If that makes sense. The thing that I'm thinking about is that if they bring these athletes in and they get them all 3D modeled, or even not, maybe they just hire someone to model them, all that. And they use that likenessness and they sign the contract, and then now EA is able to use that image, you know, what we've been talking about with Hideo Kojima and all his 3D scanning technologies. Like, again, same thing as last week. What we use it beyond the EA college football. Because it's cool. It's cool. Like, they do this, they sign a contract, they get paid more. That's honestly, that's kind of like the dream. You go, you play football, and you're like, damn, I'm in a freaking video game. I got paid to be in a video game. Amen. Good shit. And but again, there needs to be, just because they signed for one game, i.e. College Football 26, shouldn't mean that they're allowed to use that image, I think, without consent in, say, I don't know, the Sims 4. As like you can now house the football team in your Sims house, but which again is cool and I'm about it. But you would have to let the football team know and be like, dudes, are you guys cool with being in Sims? And yes, we will have to compensate you. Again, you let them know because they're gonna have to get paid for it. You can't just get one like photo, or not even photocopy, a programmed copy of their likeliness and copy and paste that in other games and not tell them about it. That's the way I'm hoping this works out. It is EA. We've had good things from EA. You know, there's success. They're running a victory lap for the success of launching their new game from the homie Joseph, Split Fiction. So that's out there. That's cool. They're happy about that. And I feel like EA is at a point right now where they're actually looking forward to doing things differently. So if this is kind of like a glimpse of them letting go of the whole financial gain, but also like giving. We just heard that song, but giving everybody who's working on this project their fair share and inspiring more people to jump in on this project next year and the year after that is what growth should be, in my opinion. That is what I think the value should be, because I think you're going to get better developers, you're going to get people more inspired, you're going to have people excited to show up every year to make this project. And at the end of the day, that's team spirit, man. So let's look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I think EA has something good in the pot cooking, and I'm hoping it works. But you know what else should work? Bam Majera. Something like that. Work responsibly. Because despite previous claims, Bam Margera will reportedly be in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 after being added in, quote, at the last minute. It is by George Foster over at Le Gamer. Despite what has previously been claimed, it looks like Bam Margera is going to be in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. After all, he was reportedly added in at, quote, last minute at Tony Hawk's request. Ever since the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game started making a comeback over the past few years, long-term fans have wondered whether controversial skater and former Jackass star Bam Margera would ever get the spotlight again. Bam was previously a big part of the Pro Skater games, especially Underground 1 and 2, but his troubled life led to some distance being put between him and THPS. Tips. This was the most evident in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, where Bam's face was intentionally scrubbed off. The cover art for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground in the hangar level. Damn. With the new remastered collection, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 recently being revealed, that's led to some questions over whether Bam would once again be erased from skater history. It looks like Bam Margera is going to be in Tony Hawk's Skater Pro 3 and 4. Back when Pro Skater 3 and 4 was first revealed, Activision showed most of the skaters who would be appearing in the game, including a line of classics that didn't include Bam, that made it seem as if he was being left out on purpose once again. But it looks like Tony himself might have solved the problem. As reported by VGC, the live club skating podcast co-host Roger Bailey suggested that Bam originally wasn't going to be included in the game. Just like the previous reports claimed, however, Tony's insistence that Bam be included in Pro Skater 3 and 4 reportedly caused Activision to put Bam back in the game. Bam! Including getting him body scan. Ayo! Stupid. Well, here's what happened. The game was already done. Tony called up Activision. I was like, hey, oh wait, it's not Tony speaking. I was like, hey, we're putting the Bam in the thing. We're putting Bam in the thing. And they're like, hey, you can't. He goes like, no, you're gonna do it. And basically made him fly Bam back out there. Roger Bailey. Ayo. Bailey's claims made it sound like Bam was never supposed to be in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. But the Birdman himself demanded he be in it. Until it officially gets announced by Activision, we won't know for sure. But considering Hawk has been skating with Margera in recent months, it does seem possible that he fought to have him added. Okay, there we go. Cool. Very cool. Why is this cool? It's an interesting thing. I'm not the biggest Bam Margera fan. I know he did like some weird MTV shows, like what was it? Don't Feed Phil? I don't know. It was something. But it was Bam Margera doing. He was basically like Mr. Beast before Mr. Beast and all this streamer bullshit, obnoxious streamer bullshit became a thing. There's people out there who like, you know, want to do fun stuff and like cool stuff and like, you know, look at the afterwork of what the Beast Kid does and like that will speak for it. But the stuff that Margera was into, obviously with Jackass and going off the handles, and obviously like usually being on some sort of thing to make those quote unquote art factors be present. You know, just really, well, it's just got published. Thank you, George. You're awesome. Was just freaking interesting, man, because it's I don't know how to put this. While I don't necessarily appreciate being an asshole slash dumbass on camera, like just to be an asshole slash dumbass and profiting off of being an asshole slash dumbass, it's important for the dude to come around and hopefully show that he's grown. You know, it's been like 10 years, I think. Fuck, a decade. When was the last Jackass? And stuff like that happens. So it's gonna suck that if the Birdman is out there skating with the guy, then there has to be some kind of talks about what has been happening. And if there's been talks about what is happening, then you have to imagine that what I'm most excited about, more than anything, is that this confirms to me that Activision is going to remake Tony Hawk Underground 1, maybe 2, 1 and 2. Because for those of us who don't know, BAM is the second leading role in the Underground series. There is no difference. There is no way to do that without BAM. So understanding that Hawk is out there hanging out with BAM is probably trying to prep him to like come around and be there for this. And having him be body scanned and be put in the game by Activision obviously means that, again, they have those files now and they can do a lot with those files. But, you know, you got to pay him. You got to pay the kid. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see if he's an interesting, funny guy. But, hey, man. We're doing something weird with Activision. I think it's cool. We might be finally stepping back from COD. And now that there's all this like influx being made, they're opening up their doors to stuff like this. What's going to be interesting is how they look to kind of make it a new monetization, but it's worth the purchase. So honestly, I was not gonna pick this up day-ish one, but with this news and then me understanding that if I want Underground, then I should more than likely invest in 3 and 4. That is the promise from the gamer to the developer. That is the ecosystem. That is, what is it called? Symbiosis? It's beautiful. So let's keep it going. You know, I'm what is the end goal for me? American Wasteland. So if we can get there, I will support these titles all the way. So that is the gamer promise to the developers. That is what we're looking for. That is synergy. That is what I was looking for. So moving on to something a little less synergetic, shall we say. Is that her leg? Why is her leg so high? Sakamoto Days anime reveals more cast. Visual for show second part. It is by Crystal Hodgkins over Anime News Network. Oi. Gaku. At the stage event at Anime Japan 2025. So this just happened then. Nice. On Saturday revealed a new visual and one more cast member for the television anime of Yuto Suzuki's Sakamoto Days manga. The new visual for the show's second part. The new cast member is Koki Uchimiyama as Gaku. Gaku, I don't know what that means. But it looks like it's going to be the one dude. Gaku. There you go. It's a nice little picture. Season 2. Sick eternal. Sinister Gates, by the way. The legend. Anime premiered on TV Tokyo and affiliated channels on January 11th. And the series also debuted on Netflix. Holy crap. It's been since January 11th. Time is flat circle. Debuted on Netflix January 11th. The Netflix lists the anime part 1 with 11 weekly episodes. Damn, he's right. It was 11 weekly episodes. And confirms that we'll stream part 2 this July. Wow. Matsuki Watanabe is directing anime at TMS Entertainment. Taku Kishimoto is overseeing the Shikari scripts. Yo Moriyama Lupin the Third is a character designer. Oh yeah, they do look very Lupin-like. That's why I like this show a lot. Nice. Bondi performs the theme song Hashire Sakamoto Run Sakamoto. Cotton Candy performed the theme song Futsu Normal. Suzuki published a one-shot titled Sakamoto in Jump Giga in December 2019, and then launched the main manga in Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine in November 2020. Viz Media and Manga Plus are publishing the manga in English digitally. Manga Plus describes the manga. Taro Sakamoto, the ultimate assassin, feared by villains and admired by hitmen. One day, he fell in love. Retirement, marriage, fatherhood, and then Sakamoto gained weight. The chubby guy who runs the neighborhood store is actually former legendary hitman. Can he protect his family from danger? Family. Get ready to experience a new kind of action comedy series. Yosh! And the anime dropped the fucking ball. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's the anime dropped the ball. At the end of the day, I think we were expecting something like Demon Slayer, or maybe Aniplex and Demon Slayer and Studio Mappa and Attack on Titan and Studio Wit have made us all look bad and like have spoiled us, and we can't appreciate a simple. No, I'm kidding. They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball real bad. So it's interesting to see that these dudes, man, because we were talking about it yesterday, and we can only imagine how disappointed the Japanese feel. Because I think there was a super huge hype in the Japanese side for this series. Because at least for the mangas in the English side, there was a big interest, and that usually means that there's quality out there. And man, to see it kind of like not feel limited, right? It's almost ironic how limited the animation is limiting the show from like thriving, which is essentially what Sakamoto-kun does every single day of his life. He nerfs himself. So like the show is being nerfed by the content is being nerfed by the animation. There you go. But man, if you're interested and if you're curious about that, go ahead and check out our review. Good shit. But the best stuff happens when life is strange, because no one was around to collect Life is Strange Double Exposure's award for social impact following layoffs. Did I say the best stuff? I meant to say fucking dipshits. It was among Balatro, Astrobot, and other winners at a 2025 Game Developers Choice Award. It was by Ethan Gotch over at Kotaku. Life is Strange Double Exposure was a divisive sequel to a beloved narrative-driven adventure series, and are winning the Social Impact Award at the Game Developers Choice Awards last night. But following mass layoffs at Developer Deck 9 Games last year, it was also one of the only games where no one was present to collect the award. Shit. Quote, it's fitting that nobody was there to accept the GDCA award that Double Exposure won, because we all got laid off, lol, wrote former Deck 9 narrative designer Elizabeth Bayou on BlueSky. Quote, a bunch of us are at GDC, but we didn't know we were even nominated, so nobody prepared to accept anything. Nobody was prepared to accept anything. Games file Stephen Totilio was backstage at the time, added, quote, nearly every game that won had people coming through, beaming with a trophy in hand that stood out. In hand. Oh, game files. Yeah. Okay. Stood out that for Life is Strange, which won the Social Impact Award, holy shit, the irony, there was no one. Other winners last night included Metaphor Refantasio for Best Narrative, Astrobot for Best Technology, and Balatro for Best Game. Bayou confirmed that the members of the development team were attending GDC separately. Did eventually manage to go collect the award, though for fans and others in the industries, it's a grimly ironic reminder of the current precarious state of the game industry, especially for story-driven adventure games, a once popular genre that struggled to find sustainable success in recent years. Double Exposure was the latest sequel from a franchise that began under French developer Don't Nod Entertainment. While the game won praise from some critics, fans also balked at certain narrative choices made for long-established characters, like protagonist Max Clawfield, as well as overall unevenness of the quality of the game across its 5 chapters. Deck 9 ended up laying a number of staff following the release, including many who worked on Double Exposure's narrative team. It was the third mass layoffs at the studio in 2 years. Weak sales reportedly led to a large loss for publisher Square Enix, which owns the series. It's unclear what Life is Strange's future is at the moment, but Deck 9 ended Double Exposure with a plan for what came next. Nice. Quote, no matter what anyone thinks about certain creative calls that were made for Double Exposure, I think it's important that people understand that they are all made with intent. We thought long and hard about every one of them, and we have done our best to basically plant seeds. Quote, game director John Stauder said in November. Quote, that ending is just to say that we have a future plan. ... There's not a whole lot more I can say than that. This is all heading somewhere. Should folks want more after Double Exposure? End quote. I don't know, man. Was the plan to delete the creative team? No, it's fine. We'll see. Because we don't know the logistics or why the reformation happened or what even they had to get rid of or blah, 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 blah. But they're right, man. Because they want it be for the social impact. So that's for like the narrative people, right? So then, yeah, that's why the narrative people didn't show up because they weren't even, they all got fired basically. So, interesting. And then the company accepted this award separately. Well, one would assume so, but hey, there's enough for them there. If they have the plan, if they have an idea. Again, I didn't play it, so I can't really say much. But hey, man, people enjoy these games and people like to feel emotions. So I feel like that's pretty good plan, pretty good time. So hey, enjoy, and Godspeed, because something that won't last forever. Fortnite Festival players really aren't happy about the new, quote, anti-consumer song rotation, which will make more than 200 songs harder to purchase. Epic Games and Harmonic have announced that they're changing how Fortnite's festival song rotation works with a more curated approach, and fans really aren't happy about it. Ever since 2017, Fortnite has been one of the biggest games of all time, but it got even bigger towards the end of 2023, the game's biggest update to date. Chapter 5, Season 1 saw the introduction of 3 massive game modes: Fortnite, Lego, Rocket Racing, and most excitedly of all, Fortnite Festival. Santo. Well, the Rocket Racing has basically already died. Oh shit. And Lego Fortnite has slowed down a bit. Fortnite Festival has been a big hit thanks to how it brings Harmonic's Rock Band experience to a live service space. It's been a while since Fortnite Festival has had a big update or change beyond adding new songs and headliners, but it seems that that's sadly about to change. The festival is limited in its song library, and fans hate it. Over Twitter, the official Fortnite Festival account shared an update on the mode's jam track rotation, which will be going for a more curated approach. The update will essentially reduce the number of available tracks for purchase at a time, and will now have a hand-picked list of tracks similar to what Fortnite does with its normal item shop. Epic and Harmonix also announced that jam tracks will now be released with a more flexible release schedule, instead of every Thursday, which seemed to suggest they'll be taking a bit longer and not be as consistent. While the messaging doesn't sound too bad, fans quickly dug through the statement and pointed about how much FOMO the change is going to introduce. As pointed out by Community Note, the change will mean that over 200 jam tracks will be unable to purchase at a time unless they're at the shop's rotation, basically adding a need to buy them before they're rotated out. As you can imagine, the response from player hasn't been very positive so far. Complaints made about older Battle Pass skins not returning for purchase. Got it. Beyond worries about the game mode's life expectancy with the release schedule changing, fans have called the move anti-consumer. The claim is just being added to introduce FOMO to boost sales. While the jam tracks shops has admittedly been a little too packed for a while, it doesn't seem like players are going to take the change well. Fascinating. So yeah, that pretty much means you need to buy stuff. Wolverine. Yo. Oh. Nice. Yeah, because I think the only question I have is, do they have to pay for the license to sell each song? And if so, then maybe that is why. But then you have to ask yourself too that Rock Band still sells song DLC packs, so they don't have to do this, right? So hey, yeah, I guess either the players are right or we need to figure out more financial liabilities. But that's kind of lame. It's true, especially if for someone like me who fucking bought the plastic guitar. So like now, if I see the song, I'm gonna have to be like, oh no, I'm gonna have to buy the song, which is terrible because that is exactly what the consumer practice is. So the only solution is to not play the game in general. Think about that for a second. Wow. But hey, something else we're not gonna play with. Anime Expo host Togenashi Togari Flow Grand Rodeo. The staff for Anime Expo event announced on Thursday that it will host a music concert festival named J-Pop Sound Capsule at Anime Expo 2025. Anime Songs World Matsuri returns. Oh, I love those. The show will take place at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, July 3rd as part of Anime Expo. Yosh. Oh, I just saw them live. Good stuff. You know what? There you go. Grand Rodeo. The performing artists include Togenashi Toari, the real life and in-story band for girls band Cry. Cute. As well as Flow, Grand Rodeo, Sakuraza 46, and Jam Project member Hiroshi Kitandi. Oh yeah, the guy that goes like Hero One Piece. With metal band Aterism. Even praise your class. Starting its opening night. Anime Expo takes place at the Los Angeles Convention Center from July 3rd to 6th. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 4 days. Wow. So this is cool. Anime Song World Matsuri is a thing that they would do since 2014, I think. They would do it a couple years. And they would bring in, a lot of Japanese bands. And honestly, that would be the best way to watch these anime Japanese bands. It's how I saw Jam Project. I saw freaking the Valverde Open team. What is it? What's the fucking team? So cool though. It was very, very cool. Anyways, I don't think there would have been much of an opportunity to see those bands out of this event. It is kind of iffy that you need to be part of Anime Expo and then you can buy the ticket, but it all makes sense. It's an investment, all that. I'll be real, I was a little bit more excited when I read this title and seeing the lineup. I'm a little iffy about it, but I think it really depends on how much they're going to charge for it, because you're already paying for the entrance fee and they're already taking over the Peacock Theater. They have already rented it out. Essentially, they just need people to pay for a buy-in to just walk in through the gates, through the doors. But it's interesting. I hope they keep on making it happen. It was not there for the past couple of years, and that was a bummer because it's one of my favorite events. So if I do end up on going, then I'll think about showing up. It's the first day too, so interesting. But hey, looking forward to that. I appreciate music, and Japanese music is different, has a vibe, and it's good. Inspiration, gives ideas where to go. But looking forward to more inspiration and better ideas, and honestly, better working conditions. Because game developers launched North America's first industry-wide union. Anyone can join. The UVWCWA is a new organization anyone in the industry can join. This is by Ethan Gotch over at Kotaku. Game industry unionization efforts that exploded across Sega of America, Bethesda's, and others have recently been on pause. A new initiative by the Communications Workers of America could jumpstart things again. at the Game Developer Conference 2025 happening this week, the group announced the founding of the United Video Game Workers, a new sister organization that hopes to enlist developers from all different disciplines and studios in broader labor battles across the industry. Okay. The UVWCWA mission, per a press release reported by IGN, is, quote, to not only build community and solidarity amongst video game workers, but also to build large-scale education campaigns and labor organization in the video game industry. Unlike individual union shops, which bargain contracts with employers and direct joint model functions like voluntary trade group, where paid dues and resources are pooled with help various labor fights across the board market, announced some comes as SAG-AFTRA's game actors enter their 9th month of striking for AI protections while publishers experiment with digital replicas. It's terrible. But today we are announcing the formation of United Workers. GDC is sworn to build a video game industry that works for us. We're done playing. Hey, that's pretty dope. Quote, for 2/3 of modern history, there were no legal forms of unions, and Machinima, the game dev behind the 2018 Scheme Worker Unite campaign, turned organization operative for Code CWA, Toad Aftermath. Quote, they were just humans coming together to organize the best as they could and leverage against their employees for better conditions, end quote. She pointed to solitary protections that enshrined the 1935 National Labor Relations Act as a, quote, peace treaty that can cut both ways, if rolled back by conservative forces in the second Trump administration. Yep. Despite the second Trump administration. Despite developer unions forming across one of the biggest companies in the U.S. in recent years, none have successfully bargained for their first contract. Quality assurance staff at Raven Software, which works on Call of Duty for Activision, now owned by Microsoft, are nearing the 3-year anniversary of negotiating a collective bargaining agreement with the company. The group filed an unfair labor charge against Activision and Microsoft for, quote, bad faith bargaining last fall. Quote, we are committed to negotiating in good faith, a Microsoft spokesperson said at the time. Yup. So yeah, man, that's cool. That is new. And look, at any point, any powerful force can be used for not good. That is a given. That is a fact. But seeing these people stand up for something they believe in and actually putting words into actions and forming a new industry. Like, when's the last time that has happened? That is awesome. That shows progress. That shows ambition. That shows that there are people out there trying to do something for the industry. And I love that, man. I think you got to keep more of that in the area. And I really hope that actions like this inspire the companies, the developers, the workers, right? And everyone out there working together to make this thing work out, man. Because at the end of the day, if we don't make it work, then Bam Margera can't be in Tony Hawk's Underground. TLDR. Yeah, because it works both ways, man. So I really hope things work out. And yeah, I hope this can actually be a thing. Looking forward to it grow and hopefully inspire other people or other unions to stand up and rise and just maybe even make what's it call it? Workers, managers, CEOs just reconsider what the workload is and how they want to repay us and what we deserve for the shit that we do. So looking forward to that. Just like people are looking forward to the new Xenoblade Chronicles rating. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive X is for never mind. A definitive PEGI rating adds sex label, spreading confusion over what the heck changed. Come on, Nintendo. This is by Eric Van Allen. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is now out for Nintendo Switch, and European fans are picking up their copies, turning them over, and getting a bit of surprise when they see the PEGI rating list sex among the labeled content warnings. As spotted for Nintendo Life, fans noticed the difference between the Wii U and Switch versions of Xenoblade Chronicles X. while the original Wii U version for 2015 is rated PEGI 12 for violence and bad language. The definitive edition on the Nintendo Switch retains the PEGI 12 rating, but adds sex to its labels. Naturally, the addition of that label has spurred confusion. As a fan on Twits put it blandly, what did they add? What did they add? What did they add? Okay, there you go. That. Sure. Almost plus. The label didn't escape the notice of players across various forums, who promptly began jokingly speculate about the actual content differences. Quote, first game came out before they invented sex, one user said. Granted, there are outfits that can be a little form-fitting, but outright, quote, sex labeling was a little surprising. It turns out the answer might be fairly mundane. Over on the PEGI website, the rating board specifically notes that the PEGI 12 rating is for moderate violence, use of bad language, and sexual innuendo. The content-specific issues dive deeper into details. Here's the passage, with the innuendo portion bolded for emphasis. The game consists of depictions for non-realistic violence towards human characters. Throughout the game, the party and their party will be struck and hurt by enemies. Human characters are in pain and can be knocked back down and ground with no visible blood or injury. The game also features descriptions of realistic violence to fantasy characters. One cutscene in the game depicts a character impaling an alien creature accompanied by bloodied effects. Wow. The game contains the use of bad language including bastard, piss, and asshole. Players can choose text and voice lines for characters to use in combat. Some of the female options have sexual innuendos, as, I'm going in for a quickie. What the fuck? What the fuck? No mames. The Wii U ratings note none of this, though. Users of Reddit had noted that Xenoblade Chronicles X Scripted contained at least a few mentions of reproduction and successive language. Considering the PEGI rating itself has changed, this seems like a reflection of the ever-changing decisions making around rating boards and labels, rather than some notion of a dastardly tone-altering addition to definitive edition's expanded content.
Goddamn thing.
Here, thank you, IGN. He's so cool. So, yeah. Interesting. This is where we're at. It's fine, I guess. Honestly, I've never played it. I'm curious about it. I'd be cool to hang out with that, but yeah. I feel like we're like, where's the line, right? Because, like, if you watch old Cartoon Network shows, the fucking Billy and Mandy has sexual innuendos, Looney Tunes has sexual innuendos, and, like, I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that, like, those things are there. So I guess if we're just pointing out the obvious, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. But I think if you're gonna point it out, then you're the ones making it an issue. Because I'm going in for a quickie doesn't necessarily mean anything. It means nothing. Unless they give you that look. So that's where that ends, right? But if you're gonna be out there and like Barbara Streisand affect this shit, then yeah, now you've Barbara Streisand affect this shit. So, hey, as long as we're all on the same table, because it gets serious. Because Silent F has already been banned in one country. Her skin is falling off her face. Just remember that. This is by Johnny Flores Jr. over at The Gamer. Well, that didn't take long. RC, mature classification. Silent Hill F, which was recently re-revealed and still does not have a release date, has been refused classification in Australia and the country's government. Australia might. The move effectively bans the upcoming horror game unless changes to the game's content are made. While the reason why the game was given an RC or refused classification, holy shizzles, rating isn't known, it's not too hard to summarize why that may be the case. Following its re-reveal, Konami shared a rather lengthy warning on the game's page, revealing themes of gender discrimination, child abuse, and torture. You need to put a comment right there. This game was set in Japan in the 1960s and contains custom sculpture of that time. It do not reflect the opinions and views of developers and the individuals involved. Interesting. Whoa. It just clicked. Suddenly, Umineko makes so much sense to me now. The content warning, which visible on the game's main page, urges players to take breaks or speak with a trusted person if you're uncomfortable while playing. Elsewhere, the game's ASRB rating shared further details about the nature of the content, including instances in which, quote, a character is buried alive inside a cage, and faces are ripped apart. God damn. It's not the first Silent Hill game to need changes in Australia. Games Radar noted in this report, in 2008, Australian government came down hard on several games, including Silent Hill Homecoming, Dark Sector, Fear 2, and even Fallout 3. All the titles were refused the maximum rating according to the GameSpot report, meaning they either had to cut content or submit an appeal in order to be reconsidered. In the case of Silent Hill Homecoming, the game was revised. At the time, TechCrunch noted that the game's board took aim with severing of body parts and drilling into flesh. With that in mind, it's easy to see where the board would take issue with F. It's also not the first game banned in the last year. Oddly enough, F isn't the only game to be banned in Australia. That's because for whatever reason, the upcoming Hunter x Hunter game was also refused classification. What? As this writing, the game has still not received a revised rating. That part feels oddly important, especially considering it's been given a July release. Ultimately, President would suggest that both Silent Hill and Hunter x Hunter will eventually be able to be released in Australia. Still, it does make you wonder just how horrific the upcoming Silent Hill title is. 103 AUD. I'm going to go ahead and take a wild stab. If people are getting mad about what they're saying about taking the quickie in Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'm going to go ahead and say the Hunter x Hunter has a lot of scary words. Especially from that clown guy. I'm just saying. Doesn't he have like an obsession with the golden kid? But let's not worry about that. Let's worry about DoorDash. Because DoorDash will soon offer more ways to pay to buy a burrito via payment plan. It's by Zach Swain over at Kotaku. That's a Kislupa. These days, it's very expensive and annoying to order food via popular delivery apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats. In fact, it's so pricey that DoorDash is teaming up with another company to offer customers yet another way to pay for future burritos and burgers via multiple smaller payments. God damn. On March 20th, popular food delivery app DoorDash announced that it was partnering with Klarna, a company that grossly described itself as an AI-powered payments and commerce network, to offer customers the option to split up food orders into 4 interest-free payments. Users will also be able to defer payment until a later date that better aligns with their paycheck schedule. And of course, you can use Klarna to pay for orders in full, something that you can already do in DoorDash app without bringing in a separate third-party company. But it's nice to have choices, isn't it? Although perhaps not that nice when the company depends on people not being able to keep up repayments in order to profit. But DoorDash says Klarna will soon be integrated into the app and will let customers buy nearly anything via delivery and pay for it later through an installment plan. This partnership empowers customers with maximum choice and control over how they pay, from groceries and the season's big-ticket electronics to home improvement supplies, beauty, and even their Dash Pass annual plan membership, explained DoorDash in the press release announcing the partnership. Quote, by offering smarter and more flexible payment solutions for groceries, takeout, and retail essentials, we're making convenience even more accessible for millions of Americans, quote, said Klarna Coco CCO David Sykes Yeesh. This is part of the blog where I was going to make a joke about how overpriced delivery apps have become that people now have to use payment plans to afford using them. Okay, I get what you're saying. And how it's really depressing that we're entering an age where people are going to finance an order of chicken nuggets from Burger King. But actually, DoorDash has been letting people finance burrito delivery since 2022. That was when the app partnered with Afterpay to let people order now and pay later when buying some burgers and sodas. Personally, I'm not sure it's a good thing to embrace buy now, pay later in every part of our world. I think it's better that people should spend money wisely and carefully. Don't just buy something now and figure out how to pay for it later. Especially if the thing you're buying is some tacos and Mountain Dew. Baja Blast. But I'm not your dad. So if you want to finance your next pizza, go right ahead, I guess. I'm just going to go ahead and say don't do it. Like, rule of thumb, if you can't afford it, you probably shouldn't get it. But when it comes to food specifically, like, if you think drugs are bad, food is your life source. So if you're gonna be financing something as delicate as your life source, that shit's gonna get out of hand real quickly. Especially when you're financing junk food, which is the endorphin empowered non-nutrition things. So it's gonna get super addictive. But again, I'm not your dad. I'm just a fucking culinary technician. And I would recommend to learn how to fucking flip quesadillas. Yeah, I would. I think... And it's rough because you don't want these things to completely disappear, because I like a good burger here and there. But I think especially with now how things are, I understand there's not a lot of time in the universe, but it makes more sense to just do things yourself than to expect an outdoorsy company to make your food for you. And I get it. Yeah, sometimes our schedules are busy. Sometimes we don't have time. Sometimes we just want that delicious sodium. Happens to the best of us. I fucking love chili cheese fries and chili cheese dogs. Chili cheese dogs all the way, baby. 7-Eleven. So it's a lifesaver. But you shouldn't. You know, if it's like for a party and you don't want to drive out, or you guys are buzzed out, and you know you're gonna need a lot of food, okay, that is more of an investment in the environment and the moment. That is, I think, is reason. But if you want to call that boy math, I'm gonna call it boy math. But hey, man, again, just be safe, enjoy your food. I hope it's not as expensive. And what is it called? Inflations and all that being annoying and all that. But man, I'm glad that we still have these foods and this culture. It is part of the American system. So I won't be stupid and lie and say that I hate it, right? So hey, man, all we can do is just be better and be happy and enjoy Taco Tuesday. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for today. Can't believe it's actually been that long. But it's been cool. I enjoyed. I was a bit more surprised by how positive the news has been. So I appreciate that. You need to have a bit of more of a positivity in your life here and there. I think that's very important to take a step back and just appreciate the fun, nice, wonderful things that we do have in the moment. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me. And we're going to bring back the homeboy Kazo back from the stack. Yeah. Whoa, hey. Hola. How you been? Yep. So as you know, we like to end with a few more vibes. And yeah, man. I'm not saying that the songs have been edgy as of late, but Maybe it's the Shadow the Hedgehog Batman effect, and I should look into that. But I say we start the week with a little bit of fun. I just had, didn't I? And we enjoy the vibes, man. 8. Yes. Does it every time. All these guys. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. I think we've had a good time. I'm always excited to do these because I get to play music that I have not heard in years and just means something. So good stuff. And one thing that means the most, one of the meaningless means. Yep. Here. It is this one. Is it? Is a little band called 3D's Grace. See if I got it. No. Tonight, my head is spinning. I need something to pick me up. I'm trying, but nothing is working. I won't stop, I won't say I've had enough. Tonight, I start the fire. Tonight, I break away. Away from everybody, break away from everything. You can stand the way this place is. Take yourself to higher places. At night, I feel like a vampire. It's not right if I just can't give it up. I'll try to get myself higher. Let's go, we're gonna light it up. Tonight, we start the fire. Tonight, we break away. Away from everybody, break away from everything. You can stand the way this place is. Take yourself to higher places. You can take the way this place is. Take yourself to higher places. Take away from everybody. Break away from everything. You can send away these places. Take yourself to higher places. Yourself to higher places. Higher places. Higher places. Higher places. I love that band. Didn't know it was pretty simple. Yes. もう一回。最後の歌が。Fourth fret. Well, this was gonna be a fun one. Gonna hit me right in the, that was my stomach, and the ongaku. Ikaza. Cycle. It's empty in the valley of your heart. The sun rises slowly as you walk away from all the fears and all the thoughts you left behind. And for you to read, you cannibal, you meat eater, you seek. But I have seen the same, I know the shame in your defeat. But I will hold an open eye. What will let you choke on that noose around your neck? And I'm drinking pain, and I will change my ways. I know my name as it's called again. I have other things to hold my time. You take what is yours and I'll take mine. Now let me see the truth that you've been painting in your mind. Tie me to a post and block my ear. I can see the windows orphans through my tears. I will calm down despite my satisfied my growing fear. But I will hold on hope, and I won't let you choke on that noose around your neck. And I will strength and pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's called again. So come out of your king, walking from your hands. See the world hanging upside down. You can understand the pendants when you know the makers. So make your sirens call and sing all you want. I will not hear what you have to say. There's only freedom now, and I need to know how to live my life as it's meant to be. And I will hold on hope, and I will let you choke around that noose around your neck. I find strength and pain, and I will change my ways. I know my name as it's called again. Man, I think that song is like 15 years old. So, time flies by and makes you think. So, don't waste time thinking. Don't think, feel. And if you enjoyed that, if you had fun, spin your voice. EXP 66 to Ookami Sausage. Wishing you buenos días, buenas noches, and an awesome mañana. Ya. Matane. Maybe I should play Wonderwall. Hello, hello. Hey, Freebird, Assassin, and Darkman, Nick. Some educational content for today for Copper. Very cool. Also, German G73 torpedo will fit inside a human Butux. Well, you would only know that through trial and error. Christopher, I will put Wonderwall on the list. But it's out there somewhere. Pokemon theme. And yes, Blue Marble, of course. There are two dogs. We love them very much. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you